Hey guys, it's Tori. So today we are going to be doing my spring TBR. These are just some books that I'm kind of in the mood to read over the next like 2 or 3 months. That doesn't mean I will for sure read them, but they've just kind of been on my radar a little bit. I have, I think, 7 books here that I'm in the mood to read. So we're just gonna go over them. I am gonna still do my monthly TBRs, but I thought it would just be fun to kind of do seasonal ones as well. So we're gonna do my 2023 spring TBR. So without further ado, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my face. Check out all my socials down below, including my Goodreads and my Amazon wishlist. And let's get into my spring TBR. Okay, so the first one is by Sarah J. Maas, and it is Crescent City, House of Earth and Blood. This is the first book in the Crescent City series. So there is a second one already out, and the third one is coming out January 30th of 2024. But I recently finished the ACOTAR series and I need more Sarah. I need something more from her. So I feel like this is the next best step. I know Destiny read ACOTAR, then Crescent City, and then Throne of Glass. So I think that's the way I'm gonna do it. So this is hopefully gonna be read soon. I do graduate college in 2 weeks. So getting through very hefty books like this won't be quite so hard. This one's about 800 pages, but the cover is stunning. And if you haven't seen anything about this, Barnes & Noble is coming out with limited edition paperbacks in September of this and the second one, and they are absolutely beautiful. So you already know I'm going to be pre-ordering those, but this is on my radar currently. The next one I have seen a lot of really good things about, and I am really in my sports romance era, and so it is Mile High by Liz Tom Ford. This is a hockey player romance. I guess he's like kind of a douche, and the girl who is the flight attendant on like his team's like private airplane ends up like they fall in love or something like that. But I've heard a lot of people rave about this. I know Larry loves it and Steph is also obsessed with it. And the second one just came out. I believe it's called The Right Move. That cover is everything. But I'm very excited to try this. I haven't read anything from this author, so I'm excited to kind of like dip my toe in her writing, see what she's all about. I'd assume that this is probably pretty spicy. So I was flipping through it and there is a playlist. Obviously, like a lot of authors do that these days with their books. But it has some very, very good songs on it. As imported by Jessie Reyes and Six Lack, which I love that song. First Class by Jack Harlow, Safety Net by Ariana Grande and Ty Dolla $ign. That is one of my favorite Ariana Grande songs of all time. There's Love Lies by Khalid and Normani, Close by Nick Jonas, Every Kind of Way by her. There are some seriously good songs. Always Been You by Jessie Murph. Oh, I'm very excited to read this. And then also the like starter chapter pages have these really cool dark pages. So I'm really excited to read this and see if I enjoy it. And if I really like it, I definitely am very excited to read the second one because I've heard the second one is even better than the first one. We have another sport romance, another hockey romance. This is Consider Me by Becca Mack. This was recommended to me by JB, Books of JB on Instagram. She's obsessed with this like little series. This is the first one in the Playing for Keeps series, and there's a second one called Play With Me, and then I believe there's a third one coming out soon. And also this is the special edition cover, in case you're wondering. It's not the original cover. But this is supposed to be a sport romance. Carter Beckett is the resident bad boy, and I guess he's like a huge player. He's arrogant, self-centered. He meets a girl, and I'm assuming he just becomes the complete opposite. I've heard that there's really good banter in here. I've also heard it can get a little bit cheesy sometimes, but in like a cute way. At least that's what Alexia said. She really enjoyed this, and she loves Carter Beckett. So I'm very excited to get into this and to test out Becca Mack's writing. The fourth book I want to read this spring is Addicted for Now by Krista and Becca Ritchie. This is the third book in the Addicted series, and I cannot wait to continue learning about these characters. I'm very, very, very excited. This is the brand new cover that just came out. I pre-ordered mine a couple of months ago and it came in a few weeks ago. But I'm very excited to continue the series. I believe the next one comes in May and then June, and then you have to wait until like September or something. But I'm very excited to continue reading. I'm really loving Lily and Lo and the whole Core 6 little group. I'm very, very, very excited to continue the story, learn more about the characters, the relationships, the drama, the found family. I'm really loving this, so I'm very excited to continue on the addicted journey and the heartbreak that it brings everybody. Okay, this next book is one I have really, really, really been dying to read right now, and it's Binding 13 by Chloe Walsh. This is Boys of Tommen #1. I have heard the most amazing things about this series. So there are 2 books about Johnny and Shannon, and then there's 2 books about another couple, and then everyone's assuming that there will be 2 more books about another couple. So so far there are 4 books out in this series. This is a rugby romance, and the thing that does suck is that it is thick, like 700 and some pages, I believe, and teeny tiny words. Like, this is going to give me such a headache. I wish it was just thicker and the words were just bigger. That would just make my life so much easier. But I'm very, very, very excited to get into this. I have been waiting and waiting and waiting until I was done with school, and so as soon as I graduate, this is going to be on my radar. I cannot wait to dive into this whole universe. I've heard the most amazing things. The found family is apparently amazing, and everybody says if you love the Addicted Calloway sisters, you will love Boys of Tommen. So I cannot wait to dive into this. Our next book for my spring TBR is the Mindf series. This is actually 5 stories, but I have the version where it's all 5 put into one. So this is supposed to be as if Dexter and Criminal Minds had a baby and it was a book. So the main female character is a serial killer, and her boyfriend is a like FBI profiler who is trying to figure out her cases. So apparently she kills for a really good reason. I'm very interested to see what that reason is, but I personally love like Criminal Minds and Law and Order and documentaries and all that kind of stuff. Like, I really love the like crime documentaries, and just, I don't know, I think it's a lot of fun to try and guess like what's gonna happen. And with like saying that, you would think I would like thrillers, but I haven't dipped my toe into those yet. But I feel like this will be a good like transition, because it is very much so thriller meets romance, and it is a dark romance, so keep that in mind. I don't know how graphic it is. I believe I've heard it's pretty graphic, so please check trigger warnings just in case. Make sure that you are in the right mindset for stuff like this, or maybe it's just not something that you're interested in. But I'm very, very, very excited to read the Mindf series. I've heard amazing things, and I'm just very excited. The last book on my spring TBR is Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber. I just got this. This is the beautiful Barnes & Noble special edition. And there are 2 more books in this series. There's The Ballad of Never After, which I've heard is amazing. And then there's another book coming out soon called A Curse for True Love. And that's the 3rd book. That one's not out yet. But this, I don't really know anything about it. All I know is that Sarah and Destiny both loved it, and so did Haley. And that it is about fantasy romance. That's all I know. It's a fantasy romance. I think it's YA, but I'm not 100% sure. I could be completely wrong about that, but I am very, very, very excited to get into this. And this cover is literally to die for. I'm obsessed with it. A lot of Stephanie Garber's books have so many different beautiful covers. Like, this book I think has 3 or 4 different covers, and they're all stunning. And then The Ballad of Never After also has like 4, 5, 6 amazing, beautiful, stunning covers. But I'm very, very excited to test this out, especially because I know Des and Sarah love it. So I'm very excited about that. But with all that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. These are my spring TBR. We have some very thick, hefty books. I know that it's already the end of April when I'm filming this and getting it up, but for me, at least in Ohio, spring has just begun because it has literally been freezing up until like a week ago. So for me, spring is up until like June, so this is like the next 2 months of reading, you know? But I'm very, very excited. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my face. Check out all of my socials down below, including my Goodreads and my Amazon wishlist. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys!